Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Well, boy, what's going on, family? I hope everybody that's tuned in right now that you are blessed, well, and healthy, that you're having a great week so far, and that you are in good spirits. You know, that you are blessed, well, and healthy, especially in the times that we are living in, man. You know, we do not know what to expect next. But I couldn't wait to bring this to you. You know, we've been calling this out for so long. And this lady here in the Democrat Party, it just gets worse, and worse. You know, but to go on live television the same day as the man's funeral to bash him, to take things out of context, to spin it to fit your narrative, to once again call the man a racist, to bash him, to pull the race card. You know, it always comes down to skin color. But this is why so many want this woman removed. So many want this woman out of Congress. How is this in Congress? You know, along with many others. You know, there needs to be term limits and handcuffs. You know, not qualified as well. DEI didn't earn it. She says, hire me because, hey, guess what? I'm a black woman. And all you need to care about and know is that, hey, I'm a black woman. And look, they're racist. They're fascist. They're this, they're that. White supremacy. And just remember, I'm a black woman. But what we're seeing right now is good versus evil. This isn't left versus right. And we're going to do a little deep dive, and again, going to do a little bit of a debunking, and call it out for what it is. Y'all leave a beautiful comment down below. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Hit that subscribe button. You know, we are rocking and rolling 24/7, 7 days a week. Keeping it real, spreading love. We don't care what your skin color is, where you come from, what you look like. It is one love to the human race. Miss Jasmine Crockett, one love to the human race. Simple. No other way around it. Let's jump in. Once again, showing our true colors, bashing the man the day of his funeral.
On that note, I do want to turn to something that you heard the senator just say, which is he was talking about a resolution that came before the House this past week honoring Charlie Kirk. And there were 58 Democrats who voted against it. You were one.
Yeah.
Why?
Absolutely. You know what? One of the things I do want to point out that's not been laid out that honestly hurts my heart is when I saw the no votes, there were only 2 Caucasians. For the most part, the only people that voted no were people of color, because the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was specifically to us. And I can tell you that a month prior to him passing away, he had actually gotten out on his podcast. I wasn't aware of this at the time, but he got out there and he was talking negatively about me directly. So if there was any way that I was going to honor somebody who decided that they were just going to negatively talk about me and proclaim that I was somehow involved in the great white replacement, yeah, I'm not honoring that kind of stuff, especially as a civil rights attorney, and understanding how I got to Congress, knowing that there were people that died, people that were willing to die, that worked to make sure that voices like mine could exist in this place. So to me, just like we wanted to make sure that those Confederate relics were taken down, the idea of a new age relic being propped up was something that I just could not subscribe to. And it is unfortunate that more of my colleagues, even on my side of the aisle, could not see the amount of harm that this man was attempting to inflict upon our communities.
I'll let Tatum debunk it.
I've been working with Charlie since 2017. We held the first black leadership summit at the White House for black conservatives to go. Never has happened in the history of the country. Charlie's idea, the white man you talking about, his idea was to galvanize. And you know who helped us do it? For you suckers out there, you know who helped us do it? We got one black man to donate us money to get all those kids out. We pay every single one of their airfare. We put them up in a hotel, and some of them ain't never been to the White House before. Some of them ain't never put on a dress before. They never had an occasion where they can dress up before. We paid for every one of them to get there. One black man gave 20 grand. Who was helping us raise money to get black people to the White House? White people. The man that stood next to me that would go to fundraiser to fundraiser, the woman that stood next to me to go from fundraiser to fundraiser to tell people about the mission that Charlie Kirk started was number white people. And then you turn around, that man ain't never been racist to me. Charlie ain't got a racist bone in his body. Y'all Negroes don't want to hear the truth from a black man. The funny thing is, you claim that it's bad that people are honoring Charlie Kirk, and he was much better of a man than George Floyd.
All we can do is debunk it. Ask Miss Jasmine Crockett, did she see this?
So we found a video of Charlie Kirk actually going off on a real racist. Check out this clip.
I want to ask a question of you. What does it mean to be an American? Is it an idea or a history, a shared history, or is it a skin color?
Well, I mean, you could go back to the original founding fathers, the Immigration Act of, I believe it was.
What does it mean to be an American? Is it a skin color or something else?
So there's the current idea of what it means according to, the Hart-Celler Immigration Act and, all this bullshit that you guys spew. But if you go back to the original founding fathers, they intended this to be a European nation for white men of good stock and character.
So, can you show me, let me answer the question. Can you show me where in the United States Constitution it says that?
It wasn't in the Constitution.
It wasn't in the Constitution because they didn't believe it.
The founding...
You, sir, they did not put it in the United States Constitution. Let me answer another question. Let me ask you another question since you support. Allow him to have the mic. Let me ask you another question,
founding
sir.
fathers wrote many
what
other
does the
documents
phrase,
other than the United
sir,
States Constitution, and they made it
sir,
explicitly clear.
What does the phrase "e pluribus unum" mean? What does the phrase "e pluribus unum" mean?
Why is that relevant?
Because it was on every founding document and presidential seal from our founding, which means out of many, one. You, sir, and your ideology is not conservative. It is right-wing, identitarian. It has no place in the conservative movement, my friend. Get out of line. Get out of line. USA, 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 USA.
Charlie was a great brother, far from racist. He just wanted equality. And I, for one, feel blessed that God allowed him.
This is what Charlie Kirk had to say about the Civil Rights Act.
If you had the opportunity, you would get rid of the Civil Rights Act?
No, I think you should have a one-page bill that says that racial discrimination based on race is illegal and will not be tolerated in the United States of America. Most black Americans don't support is men and female sports. Would you agree?
Hell no.
Yeah, I know. No, for sure, right? Believe it or not, the Civil Rights Act is now being used to keep men playing in women's sports. So the Civil Rights Act was used to help black America originally. Totally get that. But now the way it was written is that any claim of identification, so someone says, I'm a woman, therefore I can compete in your volleyball team, they come in with a civil rights claim. And so what we're saying is, no, it should be specified to racial, not gender, all that other stuff. And there were all these other provisions as well.
Now do you get it? He was not trying to say that blacks should lose their rights and equal protections under the law. He was saying that homosexuals, the LGBTQIA plus and counting community, there's 72 genders in counting. He was saying that those individuals should not have special rights. We should have equal rights under the law, but not special rights.
We trickle back down over to this clip here of Dana Bash calling out Jasmine Crockett, but then she doubles down. She knows exactly what she's doing. You just can't make this up.
Let me ask you, because I do want to play a couple of statements that you made earlier this year.
Okay. Unfortunately, we have someone that is occupying the White House, and as far as I'm concerned, he is an enemy to the United States. They want to show that they are loyal to this, you know, I don't even know what to call him. I've called him so many things, but this wannabe Hitler for sure.
No wonder we're at where we're at now, especially in this country, while we have these things taking place. Yeah. This is live on the television. This crap here. Yeah. Same rhetoric, same gaslighting, the same fear mongering. You know. And eventually you keep spewing this. People want to take action. There's a lot of deranged lunatics in this country.
And to be clear, the president has attacked, other people have attacked you in his orbit, maybe not him personally. But do you have a responsibility as an elected official not to raise the temperature, but rather lower the temperature, particularly when there are people out there who listen to elected officials all over the place who are not well, who use that as a way to instigate the political violence that you are calling out?
I think that my responsibility is to be transparent and to be honest. And the reality is that we are living in a time in which this administration and this regime is not interested in making sure that people understand history. We need to understand why they are so problematic. And so I am using that language because it is accurate language. When we see the consolidation of power, when we see them trying to chill speech of jokesters, when we're seeing all of this, that is a playbook out of Hitler, and I won't deny it. Like, these are the facts.
Just can't make it up. You just can't.
Today, September 10th, 2025, our greatest evangelist for American liberty became immortal. He's a martyr now for American freedom. I know I speak for everyone here today when I say that none of us will ever forget Charlie Kirk, and neither now will history.
So President Trump paying tribute to Charlie in front of a record crowd of 90,000 people, one of the largest memorials ever held for a private citizen. During that service, Turning Point USA played this video of Charlie's final visit to Utah Valley University. Fox News contributor Jason Chaffetz was in that crowd that day, and he joins us now. Jason, what are your reflections as we remember the life and legacy of Charlie? What a beautiful memorial service yesterday was, right?
I was so inspired. Our whole family was inspired. Look, there were 4 members of our family that had gone there. I had texted Charlie in advance of the meeting and said, "Hey, we want to get together." You know, I went out with Ice that morning and invited him to come along. He said he couldn't. And for him to be assassinated in our own backyard, is beyond words. But the way Erica Kirk handled it, that inspiration, the way she exhibited Christ-like approach to this was just totally inspiring. I think the president's been a rock in all this, and J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio inspired us all. It was a great event and very uplifting, and something I think will continue the rest of our lives.
You know, Jason, I've been watching the other side of the political aisle to see how they were going to respond to this. Will they lower the temperature, unify, change their ways? Unfortunately, yesterday I was watching Representative Crockett, and this is what she had to say.
One of the things I do want to point out that's not been laid out that honestly hurts my heart is when I saw the no votes, there were only 2 Caucasians. For the most part, the only people that voted no were people of color, because the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was, specifically to us.
On the day of the memorial.
Disgusting.
She's never heard Charlie Kirk. You listen to the message of Charlie Kirk said, "Hey, if you disagree, let's talk it out." It's so rare. You know, When I was first elected to Congress, Lawrence, I really did think we all believed in the same thing. We just had different ways of getting there. When I left Congress, I was convinced, no, that's not true. This is a fight of good versus evil. It truly is. And what was exhibited by some, not all, but some of the Democrats in the way they've handled this, the way they've handled violence and death and an assassination. If we can't come together on an assassination of a private citizen, somebody who wasn't in elected office, when are we going to come together? I think it is truly a fight of good versus evil. I really
Good versus evil.
They could have also just opted to say nothing at all. And that would have been better.
Like I said, y'all, how do these Democrats, these leftists, these deranged lunatics, nothing but just inhumane and hatred, they were better off just shutting the up. Same with the ones on their TikTok pages and Facebooks and Instagrams mocking and laughing and celebrating another human's death. And then a lot of those individuals effed around and found out. Yeah. We see how that's playing out for thousands of folks. Just shut up. Keep it to yourself. You just seen the man publicly executed in front of thousands, in front of his wife and kids. Good versus evil. To go on television the same day as the funeral to bash the man, you know, and then, you know, take things out of context to fit your narratives. To once again demonize him and call him a racist when we all know the truth. The truth will set you free. And this is why so many people, millions, want that lady removed out of Congress, as long as many others. I tell you, man.
Spewing out some of this nonsense.
A disgrace.
Jason, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolute disgrace, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. God bless you all and your family. And I will catch y'all in the next one on today's show.